In this module, we'll look at using the global reports in ProbatePlus. When you want to report on cases across the database, you need to use the global reports. Click on the Manage menu and then click on Reports. The reports are organized into two groups, General Reports and Settlement-Specific Reports. We will take a look at each one, starting with the case list. I can choose to view all of the cases, or I can select to only view cases with a specific status. Similarly, I can view cases assigned to all case team members, or I can select specific members up to 2 at a time for whose cases I want to review. And then I click Display when I've made my choices. The Case List report displays the cases based on the criteria selected, then organizes them by state. Note that each case name is a hyperlink for easy access back into a case. I'll use the Browser Back button to get back to my Reports area. I'll use the breadcrumbs to go back to the main Reports page. Now let's take a look at the Current Status report. This is specifically for active cases. I'll select my settlement type of case, and again I can choose to narrow the report by which team members are assigned and the cases in it. This report includes the date of death and the notes from the probate summary, the case summary, and the 706 summary if any information has been entered there in a given case. This report opened on a new tab, so I can leave it open while I return to EstateWorks to run other reports. And once again, I'll use the breadcrumbs to return to the report menu. Next, we'll look at the family report. The family report lists family members in cases selected by which team members are assigned to the case type, which is typically settlement, and based on whether the case is active or closed. Notice the detail of the children and grandchildren being listed below the decedent, their birthdays, personal data, and even spouses' names are on this report. Let's look at another one. The next report is the fee report. This is only useful for clients who are actually using the fees section. Like many of the reports we've seen so far, this report can be filtered by case type, status, and team members. And it can also specifically include the names of team members assigned to a selected role, for example, attorney. It is also filtered by whether or not the fees have been collected and for a selected date range. The next two reports provide lists of your data. So first we'll look at the Global Contacts report. This report lists every contact in the global address list alphabetically. That's every client and every contact added to each client. And it shows how many cases each contact is associated with. The last general report we will look at is the Notes report. The Notes report displays all notes based on the case type, status, and date the note was added, as well as by which team member entered it if you choose. The notes are sorted by case ID. Now let's take a look at our settlement-specific reports. First up is the 706 status report. This report allows you to report on cases based on which team members are on the case. You may also choose to display which team member is in a specific role, like the attorney on the case. Note that the report is organized by those that have a 706 due and those cases that have the 706 already filed. And the last report we have to show you is the estate size report. This report is based on case status, up to 2 team members on the case, and whether the case is smaller than a value you choose, larger than your value, or between 2 values you specify. Then it will sort the cases by size. Only one of my cases had any financial data. Thank you for watching!